Yo, welcome to the Primo Bro Show. I'm Zino.
You messed it up already.
I am the best at everything. Yo, welcome. I'm Zino.
I'm Dino, and this is the Primo Bro Show.
Episode 8 of the Primo Bro Show. Rustling of the Jimmies, or whatever. I will never remember it. I will never remember how it's said. And you literally wrote it two different ways on the thumbnails too, so I'll just never know.
I'm pretty sure I've done it rustling your jimmies.
Rustling your jimmies? I'm rustling your jimmies. Okay. I have it typed at the top of my notes now, so I never forget.
You'll never forget. Okay.
Anyway, today we'll be talking about episode See Jimmy Run and Trading Faces.
And what is the German name for See Jimmy Run?
Schnell weiter Wind.
Which
I believe translates to stop like the wind.
Or run like the wind.
But no, it can't be.
What does Schnell mean? Schnell!
Doesn't Schnell mean stop?
Look it up. We have the internet. Even down here under all this water, we have the internet.
Schnell. Definition of Schnell. Doggone it, it is run. I thought it was stop for years.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that it would be run like the wind and not stop like the wind.
I don't know. I feel like he kind of stopped like the wind in this episode.
I don't think so. I think he ran like the wind, but even faster because he essentially becomes invisible.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, anyway,
the plot of this wonderful episode is
Listen up! What we have before us today is a race. This race once started shall not stop for any reason. If you trip, you will be trampled. If you stumble, you will be trampled. If you refuse to trample, you will be trampled. On your mark!
Jimmy gets owned in a race with Cindy.
By girls.
And so, of course. So in order to gain immediate vengeance upon her, he makes his shoes have no friction. And in doing so, discovers he can run so fast that he's invisible. But what will happen when he doesn't know how to stop?
Oh man!
I am not reading this from the Wikipedia page. I just learned how to say like the descriptions like a Wikipedia.
Oh, gotcha. You do a fantastic job at it.
Thank you.
Fantastic job.
I can easily replace any mediocre Wikipedia writer.
Of course, no, I mean it's not that hard. But
thank you.
You could say we could trample them and then replace them.
Traveler before he gets up.
I love how
that's the first note I wrote is that trample culture is rampant in retro.
Oh man, it is the most rampant because if you suck, they trample you and like even Jimmy's dad still has scars from when he was being trampled.
We should probably explain that the start of the episode starts with Jimmy's coach being like, if you lose, you will be trampled. If you stutter, you will be trampled. There were very few conditions of Jimmy exercising that wouldn't result in him being trampled.
Yeah. No, I'm really impressed that, all these kids probably it's an unspoken rule that, guys, like, hey, if I lose, I'm being trampled and you guys can't go easy on me. I have to be trampled, guys. Like, please.
Do it, Piglet. Pull the trigger. That's all I can think of.
Oh, yeah.
I like imagining this horrifically, like, tragic and dramatic, like, scene where they're just kicking the crap out of a kid and he's just crying and all the kids that are stepping on him are also crying. And then it's like 20 minutes later, they're all at lunch and they're like, how would you get?
Like, yeah, it's just like it just doesn't even affect them because it's just regular life.
Yeah, they're so used to it by now.
Yeah. Some kid that's like disabled or whatever, he falls and like everybody's just like, but coach, we can't do it. and the coach is like pointing at him, and all the kids are like faces down, and they're like, and the kid on the ground is like, no, you have to do it. And that disabled kid was Hugh Neutron.
Oh, that's me.
Well, we learn. So Jimmy he runs the race and he just loses. Like he actually doesn't do too bad. Like honestly.
Yeah, he came really close.
Yeah,
which is surprising because usually they would exaggerate how bad a nerd is at running, but no, Jimmy's an active boy.
Yeah,
he almost won.
Cindy's also a nerd, so.
Yeah, but she's not as much of a nerd as she is just like Jimmy's foil.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But anyway, so they lose. Whoops. They lose, and nice.
Thank
you. And Jimmy gets so upset, so he goes home, and like you said in the beginning, he coats his shoes in this frictionless substance, and his mom is like, if you do that, wouldn't it like make it so it combusts and does all this crazy stuff? And
she gives a thorough explanation as to what would likely happen if he used them.
And I'm like, wow, that's where Jimmy got it, is his mom is actually a genius. She just doesn't care to use it.
Well, that's the thing, is that he also gets his hubris from her, because Jimmy's mom doesn't immediately go, Jimmy, if you coat your shoes in the goo that make you fast, then you're cheating. She immediately goes, there's a mistake in your calculations, son.
yeah. She's not like, son, don't do that. That's not how you win. That's like, you can't go through life just cheating everything. She says, no. Come on. Did you think of this solution or this problem? Yeah, I really like Judy Neutron is awesome, and I love that she is she gave her son her own hubris.
Yeah.
And
honestly, maybe she was like,
hubris.
Yeah, this is cheating, son, but I'm more concerned for your safety. I know you'll learn your lesson eventually.
Yeah.
But
well, like my question is like, how is the school like not banned Jamie from like everything, every competition, every event? Because obviously he has a supernatural ability to create anything that he can to get ahead.
Retroville only has one school, and his parents can't move. His dad works there.
Yeah, that's true. But you'd think like,
I don't think we see any other schools in the entire show.
I think there's some other schools because they
in Japan.
No. no.
Why do I know that?
because there's an episode where they play baseball and they go to Japan.
Yes, I do know that.
Okay, but I'm just saying there are other schools. We know there are other schools from other sporting events and stuff.
That's true.
And Libby in this exact episode says, "Hey, if cheer up, your grades are so good you could get into any school you want anyways. Just run away."
That's true.
Yeah. But no, I love how after Jimmy figured this out. Well, first of all, he does the thing. He runs so fast. He's basically invisible, and they still lose because he's dumb and fell for
fell for the oldest trick in the book. Uh-huh. What's over there? Huh?
Yeah. Jimmy, the boy genius, fell for the oldest trick in the book. Still lost.
Yeah, really emphasizing on the boy part of the of the name. Exactly. I would also like to point out, every time Jimmy loses at these races, the coach immediately gives him a last place pin, which his parents were probably to mock him, to force him to improve, stuck every single one of them on the fridge.
Yeah. They're not like, oh, let's just throw them away, or put them in a scrapbook. Like, don't worry about it, Jimmy. No, put them up on the fridge because you are a disgrace.
Jimmy, you're so good at everything else. We'll let you keep your gadgets around the house. But this is our victory. It's getting to put these in the fridge so that you get better at sports.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
yeah, when he goes super fast, he knows he has all the time in the world. So he literally just waits there and just just stretches, just chills out.
Yeah.
And then when it's finally time to go, I love the detail that he walks up to Sheen and Libby and individually shakes their hand with a big old smile before he runs.
Yeah. No, I love those little details. They're really funny. One thing that I thought was hilarious, after they lost the race, even though Jimmy has this new superpower, I love that Carl and Sheen, when they walked up, already had their last place badges on.
The coach gave it to them in advance.
Yeah. He's probably just like, hey kids, take this just in case.
I just give these to everyone. I give the first place out at the end of the race.
Yeah.
Except to Jimmy. I like seeing his face when he loses.
Well, the coach, did you notice he has an earring in one of his ears?
Which one?
His right ear.
I don't know which one that is.
It's on the right side of his ear. It's on the right side of his body. Zino. That's where the right ear is.
Well, I know that, but you know what I'm saying.
Anyway, that's just a small detail I noticed as I was examining this
Google.
episode.
Hey, Google.
You idiot.
Which one is the gay ear?
Oh my gosh.
You bastard. You knew. You didn't tell me. I'd also like to point out that Jimmy, if he's moving so fast that he's invisible, does that mean he's moving so fast that he's just there in their eyes? Or is he just, like, as he walks forward, just like at a reasonable speed, like let's say 90 miles per hour, he just becomes invisible?
I think he's just going so fast that their eyes can't catch it.
Oh, okay.
But also, the thing about fast superheroes, like the Flash, for example, the Flash is so good because when he got his powers, it also made his mind go much faster than a regular person's. It made it so his mind was going as fast as he could run. So he can read books insanely fast. He can do things insanely fast, not just run fast. That's why he's such a good superhero. The problem with Jimmy is, yes, he's a genius and he can think really fast, but he can't think as fast as he can run.
That's true, but he did also make them too fast. So could he ever have really caught up to his shoes?
I don't know, actually. That's the thing is but I think Jimmy's brain is different. Because his brain is very mechanical. He just built different. Yeah.
If what you say is correct, then that he's moving so fast that no one can see him do it, then he's literally just instant transmissioning.
No, he is, but he's going every step along the way. It's just like that story where the sand or on the beach and you see the footsteps behind you and you realize that you're being carried the whole time.
By who?
Can you tell that story, please? So we can have it on record. Our other brother, he loves this story. Could you please regale us with the tale?
Once upon a time, at the end of a man's life, of old age, many, many years going by, a man lays upon his deathbed, sleeping, dreaming. And in that dream, he and his friend Bigfoot are walking through the sands of time. And along that journey, he sees all the memories, all the things that ever happened to him. The good, the bad, everything. And upon looking a little bit closer, he noticed that, well, there were two sets of footprints nearly everywhere. Anytime it was kind of bad or negative or something that he stressed out about, there was only one set of footprints. And so nearing the end of the sands of time, through the hills and the dunes and the valleys, the man turns to Bigfoot, looks him in the eye, a little upset, and says, "You were never there for me. Through all the hard times, I could see that it was only my footsteps going through those. You never really were there for me." And Bigfoot, holding back tears, puts a big, understanding smile on his face, puts his shoulder upon the man, and tells him, "The end.
Oh,
Man died."
Oh, man. Oh, such a good story. Anyway, back to Jimmy Neutron.
Yes.
So, pretty much, Jimmy, after he figures out that he could do all this, he says, "I could benefit all mankind, or I could get back at Cindy." And, this just goes to prove our point that Jimmy really is a horrible, horrible human being.
Well, at least he considered making things better for others before deciding on vengeance.
Yeah. I mean, I also consider donating to charity, but I don't do it. So it doesn't make me a good person.
Well, sure, but it's better than. At least he knows he has the capacity to help everyone.
That's true.
He
It's
just, you know,
it's true. No, he does have the capacity.
he just chooses not to most of the time.
Yeah.
Whoopsie doodle.
Whoopsie doodle. I love. Okay, sorry. I was gonna say I love another part. I don't love this part. When Jimmy is like messing with all the people and he's throwing them all off the toys. He's like, spinning them super fast and shooting them in the air. He killed all those people. They would be dead.
It's just prank, bro. It's social experiment. It's fine. They're fine.
No.
You saw the bark dust on the ground. They would have landed on that. They're perfectly fine.
Bark dust hurts. It is not a comfortable thing.
It's better than concrete.
Well, yeah, so is like everything else.
I don't know. When I fell off the jungle gym at school when I was like 7, maybe 8, I always remember landing on the bark dust sucked, but I was okay. If I fell in the sand, though, that was lasting damage.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, also, sand would get everywhere. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but there was this kid who always hung out underneath the play set in the sand.
Uh-huh.
And I remember, I don't know, just out of curiosity, once I went to visit him because he's always there. Yeah. And he was eating the sand.
He's reliable though. He's always there.
He's always there. He was always there for me to eat sand.
Right?
And he would just put like he would just get his face near the sand and then just like put his tongue on it and just sit back up and start crunching. And I was like, what? And he's like, it tastes like chicken nuggets. And me, being a stupid kid, is just like, really? And I did it.
And Zeno, did it
Yeah.
Did it taste like chicken nuggets?
No, it tasted like sand. It tasted like garbage.
Well, I mean, our mother did say that it is good to, if you don't have any toothbrush or toothpaste, to just take some sand and rub it around your teeth. Remember that?
Of course. Whose mom was that again?
Our mother, because we're brothers.
Oh, of course.
I mean, living at the bottom of a lake, it's easier to
fogs
get
up your memory.
Exactly. It's also easier to get sand than it is to get toothpaste.
That's true.
You know, it's a win-win. And hey, maybe it does taste like chicken nuggets. Who knows?
Maybe where that kid's from.
Maybe that one spot is the one that tastes like chicken nuggets.
He knows the spot for it.
yeah. Or maybe, just maybe, he had brain damage. Who knows? Anyway, so as Jimmy's running around trying to figure everything out, Carl and Sheen are talking and doing Ultralord stuff. And Carl's like, hey, what if Ultralord found a little llama and he named him Carlito and he taught him a bunch? Wouldn't that be cool?
Sheen gets absurdly offended by this and he's just like, I can't believe you would even think to say something like that to me. Do you know who you're talking to?
Ultralord.
Yeah, this episode kind of ends a little abruptly. Jimmy just kind of realizes after messing with Cindy, which, by the way, rapidly spinning T-posing Cindy is terrifying.
Yeah, it is. It really is. She spins all the way up the stairs into the boys' bathroom.
Yeah, Jimmy spins, he Beyblades her while he's running really fast.
Yeah. Let it rip.
But yeah, Jimmy's just like, oh, I literally can't stop. And if the moon wasn't there, because he shoots up into the stratosphere because he's going so fast.
They should have shown Brobot.
It should have shown Robot hanging out on them, still playing catch.
Yeah.
And it's like he gets hit by a car, but the car is Jimmy.
Yeah. Hey, I got a brain blast fun fact for you.
Oh, my favorite.
Goddard does not appear in this episode. I think that's probably the first episode that Goddard does not appear in.
The more you know.
Yeah,
I guess he was just, living life.
Do you have a what did we call the opposite of brain blast fun fact?
Brain drain fun.
Yes.
suckers. I don't know.
Yeah, brain drain. That's what it was, though. That's what it
The
was.
brain drain fact.
Just a little, just a regular life fact, but it's Jimmy Neutron context.
Brain drain fact of the day. The ending of this episode is morbid, kind of terrifying. And I remember not having a good time thinking about the ending of this episode.
Yeah.
It's a little, it's kind of dark, honestly.
I was gonna say it's a bit dark, but it's also like a little torturous and gruesome and gross because
so Jimmy Jimmy goes so fast he finally yeets the shoes off of himself, but in doing so becomes like a translucent piece of gum.
It's like
just like slime,
purple. Like most of his shape is still together, which doesn't really make much sense because he splatters on the ground, but like his molecules get rearranged to the point where he's just like this slimy, translucent creature. He can still move his arms, he can still obviously think and all that stuff, and somehow he gets turned back to normal. But it is very gross and disgusting, and all of his friends are if you think of it from Jimmy's point of view, he's scared. He just got over a traumatic experience, and then all of a sudden, all of his friends are sitting there poking him and laughing.
Oh no, that's not the horrifying part. The horrifying part is the idea that he's still can feel things at all, can think. And on top of that, did you notice the music in the scene when he's like, oh shoot, my molecules got rearranged? It was like creepy alien music. Like it was really like tense almost.
Really? Here, let's
it was.
Let's listen to it right now. And we'll just edit it into the episode right there.
I would love if during Final Jeopardy you hear like and everyone like looks to the guy in the middle and he's just like, you're supposed to hit the buzzer, right? And everyone goes, where did you get the buzzer? Cut this out.
No, I'm not going to. But yeah, no, I'm seeing it from like a he's trapped in his own body and he can't move, and all of his friends are laughing and poking him for the rest of his days.
I can't fathom a situation where an ending like this in any other cartoon wouldn't just be like bordering on creepypasta-esque ending.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It feels like a creepypasta. Like, and then Jimmy turned into goo because he went so fast.
He ran so fast, and then the screen bled.
Then it was the phone. Anyway, the next episode is called Trading Faces.
And in German it's called
Ich danke was du nicht denkst.
No idea what that means, but cool.
I assume it means comme ça, something.
Cool.
Yeah, the plot of this episode is
it isolates and amplifies alpha brainwaves, passes them through a 12-tone interpreter module, and outputs them in an audible frequency.
What was that first part again, and that middle part?
And that endy part, too.
Well, simply put, it translates your thoughts and feelings into notes and rhythm. And so, without further ado, I now present the musical stylings of my brain.
Jimmy gets humiliated once again, but thankfully, with his new invention, he can find out ahead of time what Cindy's planning to humiliate him with. Unfortunately, when lightning strikes, it swaps their bodies, or rather their minds.
Mm-hmm.
And how will they get out of this situation and put everything back to normal?
We'll find out on this episode of The Primo Bro Show.
The price is wrong. Price is wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, so what do you have to say about this episode?
Why does Cindy have yodeling readily available on the box to humiliate Jimmy?
It's obviously happened before.
That's why she just like like what situation would this be used to make fun of Jimmy and not just draw attention to yourself and make you look like a jerk?
If Jimmy is ever going to sing a song if he's ever going to dance to a cool beat, but gets interrupted by Cindy. If Jimmy is ever going to, if the alpaca generals of whatever I said last time, if they're ever gonna have a reunion thing and they want to play and Cindy has that ready, there are obviously many situations where the yodeling song works. Zeno,
I don't know. It feels pretty niche. Like, if she just had like a fart sound ready,
yeah,
it'd be perfect. Because Jimmy could walk up and then like slip and fall and just immediately play the fart sound.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah, it's true. I guess you're right. Yodeling, I was trying to make a point, but obviously it didn't work that well. Yodeling is obviously a very niche topic.
Like, this would make sense if she was trying to make fun of Bulby.
Yes.
Because she could just play it anytime he opened his mouth and it would be funny.
I mean, it's true. Hey, nobody can make fun of Bulby. He is true Chad. No one is better than him.
He makes me smile.
Yeah, I'm so excited for when he gets introduced to this show.
But yeah, so Jimmy goes home upset about the yodeling incident. And decides, hey, I could use this thing that translates my mind into music into just words so that I can find out what Cindy's doing. And then I can attach it to the phone and get her thoughts and figure out what she's trying to do to humiliate me. And how's that go?
Well, it goes pretty bad because there's a lightning storm and it hits the thing, and somehow through Jimmy Neutron science shenanigans, the frequencies of their brain get mixed up and their souls go to a different body. And then they wake up in each other's bodies, and hilarity ensues because, well, this is my main note about the episode. They did a really good job of like animating the different characters in the different bodies. Not only like the way they walk with their hands, all those things that like guys and girls do differently, just that people just do it differently, but the mouths I noticed were animated differently as well. And
that's true.
I thought that was something really cool that obviously they didn't have to do much, or they didn't have to do that, but I think it's really cool that they were like, hey, let's animate these things, let's change everything about them, that way like, people will know, they're different characters.
Really sell it. And I honestly, I think that Jimmy is like Jimmy in Cindy's body is even more so like impressive, because she really does like have a particular walk and a particular like moving style, whereas Jimmy is generally really reserved, and it's really interesting seeing Cindy's model looking so reserved most of the time.
Yeah, it's true.
Instead of figuring out how to fix this together, they decide humiliating each other for like a week is more important.
Yeah, which I think is really funny, because I mean they're kids and whatnot, but hey, why do we watch Jimmy Neutron, Zeno? What is my reasoning every time?
To laugh?
No, to get smart. Come on, man.
Oh, you're right.
We do this to get smart. So I'm gonna
watch Jimmy Neutron.
I'm going to quiz you on the test that they took in the class, okay?
I wrote down some of their answers.
Whoa.
They're really good.
This is me quizzing you. I am Miss Fowl.
Oh, gee, Miss Fowl, it's me, Jimothy Neutron. I'm here to take your test.
Very good, Jimothy. Jimothy, question number 1.
She does say that.
Yes, she does. I'm not going to talk in that voice the whole time. The ant is a member of which family?
That would be the bug family.
That is probably wrong, but we don't fact check on this show, so you're right.
It's true. We don't.
Question number 2. What are the names of the planets?
See, that's I always forget the first one. Mercury.
Okay.
Venus.
Okay.
These don't have to be in order, right?
No. I'm going off the exact questions of the thing.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, Uranus. Yeah, I got 6.
Yeah, you got
Out
6.
of 8.
Okay, good job. Okay. I didn't.
What were
look-
the last 2 planets?
Okay, Neptune and Pluto.
Neptune.
Yeah, I mean Pluto is debated, but you know. it's
Wait,
whatever.
no, I got 6 out of 8.
Yeah,
'cause
you
there
did
were
get-
9 planets,
No, there's not.
and now there's 8.
No, there's 8 total.
Yeah, but there was 9 when Pluto was considered.
No, there wasn't.
This is my classroom, Brad!
You're right, Miss Fowl. What was I thinking? I'm so sorry.
What fruits do raisins come from?
Grapes.
Oh, good job. How many suns orbit the Earth?
1. And it's called the moon.
You're an idiot. No suns orbit the Earth. We orbit the sun.
Yeah? Says who?
Says science.
I'm gonna pull an Arthur on you and just say, oh yeah? Prove it.
Dang it. And last question. How many eggs are in a dozen?
A baker's dozen or just a dozen?
How many eggs are in a dozen?
12.
Good
But if you're
job.
going to the bakery to get your eggs, you should probably not trust them.
That's very true. Very true. Well, hey, I would say you passed. You got an A on this quiz because you're in my class.
Go!
So yes, that is the quiz they got in their class. I thought it was very good. I'm glad that we were able to take it today. Yes.
The only quiz question that I found interesting was the first one. What family do ants belong to? Because Jimmy wrote your mom or my mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny.
which is just excellent. I'd also like to point out that for doing terrible on the test and just like telling Miss Fowl to shove it,
Yeah.
they got 5 years of detention.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, did you see what was on the board?
No, I didn't. What was it?
It was like days of detention, 1,500 with a cross over it, and then it was 1499, 1498, 1497.
Oh my! So they were actually in each other's bodies for I thought it was just like 2 days or something. No, it was.
No, it was 2 days, but they were given 5 years worth of detention.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So they were on day 1 of 5 years worth.
Oh, that's really funny.
Who gave Miss Fowl the authority to do this?
It's her classroom. She does what she wants. Come
They're
on.
only in her classroom for like a year.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, so during while they're messing with each other, and they're telling each of their parents like, hey, I want to do this, get rid of my bed, make me sleep outside. You know, they're trying to make each other's lives horrible. But during the dinner of Jimmy's family, they're eating more carrots.
That's right.
They thought we
They
wouldn't
are
notice.
eating more carrots.
They thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Jimmy probably recommended they have carrots to give Jimmy as few nutrients as possible.
Yeah. And then one thing that another detail I thought that was kind of funny is when Cindy's giving up all of her clothing, or sorry, Jimmy and Cindy's body is giving all her clothing, and the place that it's going to is called the Salvation Navy.
Yeah, that got me good. The Salvation Navy.
Yeah.
It should have been the Salvation Air Force.
Yeah.
The only one of their pranks that aged poorly was probably the one where Jimmy jumps in with a dress. But all the kids laughing at him is probably still accurate to how middle schoolers treat each other.
Uh-huh.
So maybe it didn't age all too poorly, all things considered.
Yeah. I mean, people would still probably. Well, I don't know. Today's day and age is really strange.
Because there's a lot of cases where I see kids like being more accepting than I remember my friends and I being when we were younger. But I also remember a good friend of ours coming to school in a dress, and one particular kid was very like upset about it. Meanwhile, everyone else was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, do what you want.
But that was high school. Maybe in middle school, kids would be less forgiving.
Yeah. So I'm still stuck on the Salvation Navy. The reason I think it's so funny is because they don't have any water nearby, really.
There's the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, but how do you get to the Gulf of Mexico, Zino? You have to go through Mexico, and they're in Texas.
What are you? I looked at a map in the previous episode. You can reach it from Texas.
See, Carl.
This is why fact checking needs to be a part of the show.
No, we will not fact check. We go into this blind. That's why I think Carl doing his geometry is really funny. Because so one of the jokes I thought was the best is after Cindy wakes up in Jimmy's body, Carl's like, "Hey, can you give me the answers for 12 through 14? I mean, are you okay?"
I think that's a good joke, but it's also elevated by the first thing that Carl does when Jimmy falls over after being struck by lightning. He goes, "Jimmy, are you okay?" He just screams it, and I'm like, yeah. You know, he would do that.
yeah, he would do that. I think it's hilarious.
But I just, because do you know who Terry Bogard is?
Maybe.
He's from that one fighting game. They added him to Smash.
Oh, yes.
I just, because when Terry does Buster Wolf, he goes, "Are you okay, Buster Wolf?" And I love imagining Carl going, "Are you okay?" He picks him up and grabs him and punches him and goes, "Buster Wolf!"
Yeah.
I love imagining Carl doing a Buster Wolf.
Carl's ultimate smash move is riding a bunch of llamas while chanting "Nani Nani Nani." So they figured out, hey, we got to fix this. Let's do this. And Jimmy is like, okay, I know a way to do it. Let's get our most trusted friends, and we'll fix our brains. So they go down to his lab. They hook themselves up, and they're like, okay, guys, you will have to go through the memories and put them in the right place.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, because they can delete memories. And I was just thinking, this is how Jimmy made his parents lose the 5th year of their marriage.
Did he do this to them?
I'm thinking he did. He was probably trying to erase something really bad that he did. I don't know, or maybe trying to get out of being grounded or something. And while they were asleep, he did this, and he accidentally maybe it was during the 5th year of their marriage, something bad happened, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just delete that."
But we established he was a baby when this happened.
No. We established that he could do this at any time.
But what motivation would Jimmy have for deleting the 5th year of their marriage?
I don't know. It was an accident or something. Hugh didn't have pie that year.
Oh, you're right. No, not about the pie, but about him doing it on accident.
Yeah. No, I'm just just think that's such a Jimmy thing to do.
Good point.
That's so Jimmy.
Oh, Jim Jam. Jim Jam.
Oh, Jimothy. Oh, Jim Jamboree.
But yeah, I like the idea of Carl doing fighting moves. I also like, well, because here's the thing. Here's what I feel like why this is the first time Jimmy did this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if this was the second time you did this, you would realize that you don't have to mix them.
Wait, what?
Because Jimmy's solution to putting them back in their proper bodies and in their proper minds and whatnot is to drain both of their brains into a singular vat.
Mm-hmm.
And then separate them, everything individually, with the help of his friends. Why the flip wouldn't he just pour them out into 2 containers, swap them, and then pour them back in?
Wow, that's a good point.
And it's dumb because they set up a good enough reason why they should mix them.
Yeah.
Because towards the end, they're like, "Oh no, I'm starting to think like Cindy," and Jimmy's like, and Cindy's like, "I'm starting to think like Jimmy. This sucks." Like they could have just said, "No, why can't we just do this separately?" And Jimmy would be like, "Oh, because we've been in each other's bodies for long enough that the neurons are beginning to form. We've got to separate them all individually." Like they set it up, but they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Or even like mention it or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just comes down to writing for kids and also just being like, okay, what can we do to make this the quickest and funniest thing? Because they're setting up their romance as well.
Yeah, and it is like 9 minutes per episode. I get it.
And also, like, one thing that I read is during the thing that at the end they're like, hey, did you remember like while we were in that thing where we were holding hands walking down the street and kissing? And Jimmy's like, yeah, I saw it too. That thing wouldn't give them new memories. They would have had to think of those things before.
That's true. There's something about two brains melting together as well that like captivated me as a kid. It's probably why I like the end of Evangelion a lot too. Is like everyone's like soul melting together in a liquid.
Yeah.
There's just something about that concept that just enamors me.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know. Seeing that in Jimmy Neutron was interesting. I'd also like to point out that Cindy does indeed have a desktop computer, so they do have the internet.
She does. They do. It's true.
Which means this is like 2002, 2003 ish.
Yeah. I mean, that's when the show was made. Is like 2001, 2002.
Oh, then perfect. Yeah, then that basically confirms that this is not like a period piece or anything like that.
Yeah.
Retroville really does just look very old.
I think Retroville is just like, it's just the style. Yeah. But my favorite joke to end it off is when Jimmy wakes up and he's like, I can't see my ankles, and Carl just yells, he's blind!
I hope we can put the screenshot of Carl screaming on screen.
Yeah.
As we say that, because Carl's so melodramatic. The moment he realizes his friend doesn't see his ankles, he just jumps to the worst possible conclusion.
Yeah, we did something wrong. He is blind. Oh no.
We forgot to give him the ability to see.
Oh yeah. But anyway,
yeah, this was a good episode. I actually liked it a lot, and I didn't think I would, because I remember being kind of meh on this episode. I was kind of meh on the running episode. Yeah, you can probably tell from my energy that I was not really about this episode.
Yeah. No,
there was enough conceptual stuff in both of these episodes that I was like, it lingers. It lingers on the tongue.
Mm-hmm. No, I think they're good enough to be considered good episodes. Definitely like just within like the good average area. But I enjoyed them. I always enjoy watching the show. Even the episodes that aren't that great, I still enjoy them because.
This is still a solid 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say 6.5 to 7 for both of them together. But I mean, I enjoy them. I really like these episodes. I think they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I never hated it. So
yeah.
I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, exactly. So, Zino, do you have any final thoughts on See Jimmy Run and Trading Faces?
Why does Sheen know what parole is?
That's a good question.
For those wondering, there's a Jimmy and Carl and Sheen, Jimmy being in Cindy's body, are all hiding so that no one sees Carl and Sheen talking to a girl, and Sheen mentions, if they see us with you, that's a lifetime of people going without the possibility of parole. And that's just, it's a good line.
Yeah,
but it implies that he knows what the prison industrial complex is.
Maybe his father, that's why he works with air conditioners, because maybe he went to prison. Who knows? Or maybe his mother went to prison. That's where she is right now, because we know that his mother's not around. So
that's right.
Who knows? The hole keeps getting deeper with this Jimmy Neutron stuff.
Well, mostly Sheen.
Yeah, mostly Sheen.
Why the flip fuck didn't they make a spin-off show about Hugh Neutron instead?
Man, let's get in
'Cause, like,
contact.
there needs to be more kids shows about stupid dads.
Yeah, let's get in contact with Mark DiCarlo, who is Hugh Neutron's voice actor, and let's get him on the line. Let's get a meeting. Let's get a brainstorm going.
I agree. We need to get him to voice Morpheus saying "red pill" or "blue pill," because I think that's a line that Hugh Neutron needs to say.
Text me.
But maybe he could go like "red pie" or "blue pie."
Red raspberry pie or blueberry pie.
The red pill makes it so that we can teach you all about pie, but the blue pill just tastes like pie. Which will it be, Jimbo?
Jim Jamboree, make your choice. Well,
yeah,
Zino?
just to top this episode off, I want to apologize for my low energy. It's a long day at work, and I normally I feel like I'm a bit more hyped, but this episode just it didn't excite me. It didn't excite me as much as I needed.
That's
so
okay.
Maybe Jimmy Neutron should have tried harder to entertain me after a long day's work.
I mean, after a long day of coral reefing, it takes a lot out of you. So I get it. I get it.
It's dying, so like I have to super glue it back together. Oh, it's a pain.
In the oxygen mines, like, I have a hard time there too. So it's difficult. It's difficult. Well,
Jimmy needs to work harder.
Yeah, he does. Well, Zino, can you send us off?
Of course. Fare thee well, everyone, and hello. My name is Paul.
I'm Paul.